And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire in the Republic DLC in our computer needs its robot army run, continuing along the non-Coup timeline. It's round 113. We have 5 decisions. We're hoping to discover the robot army at some point. Robot troops. We are now able to discover them. They are one of 3, 4, 5, 6 military tanks that can be discovered. They're not necessarily the most likely to be discovered. That probably actually goes to Gauss small arms, or Charge Gauss small arms. Maybe even jetpacks are more likely to be discovered. Incident with traders. The robot would prefer us to support the leader actions, so we'll ignore the leader actions. Or the computer, I mean. Major virtue crisis. Take the blame yourself and whitewash the nation. Declare we can surmount this attack, or decry foreign manipulation. I think we're going to get reduced decline if I pick this one. Although the robot's going to be grumpy unless I pick the very last one. We'll give the robot what it wants.
Roger that.
Okay, so we finished up Grenadiers. We did discover, I think it was motorized Grenadiers. Same time if I could find it. Was it mechanized? There's mechanized. Might be mechanized. You know, I'll do mechanized. I would probably prefer motorized first, but mechanized works. And we want government, so forbid the trade of intoxicating substances up here.
Copy that.
And then we want to extend the rare metal mine, because otherwise we're not even going to pull turn out of it.
Roger that.
We rolled. I think both the governor and the director of the Economic Council do a roll, so we got 130, 147. Resulted in a success, so 16,000 more rare metals have been added to the reserve at the cost of 1 ease of mining. So I think that is a fair trade. Not at war with you. Oh, you're trying to agitate for more stuff again. Let's bribe you again.
Roger that, sir.
26 is a little low, but I can work with that. Construction-wise, everything's proceeding at speed. We did lose metal on the last turn, so I shouldn't be expanding construction if I can help it. I'm gonna move you back there. Acquire the toaster device. Now, this is another federation that we haven't opened diplomatic contact with yet, that we're about to get up in touch. So should probably reach out to them with spies first.
Roger.
There we go. So next turn I should be able to open contact with them. Our turns. And we keep sending you colonists until you hit level 2. Just gonna take like 4 or so turns.
Roger that.
And then I'll probably save up a bit and then start up a colony here for scrapping the location so we can get the metal mine, the scrap place, and probably just be pretty aggressive scrapping the whole place. Scrap is going to include some rare metals. Although we're not necessarily running that low on rare metals. So we're not in a desperate rush for that. And obviously the mines over here would be even better. Orgs, Eco, Geotectonics advanced 22%. Military went 13%. So if we keep that pace up, we'll be done in under 10. Bazooka should be done next turn.
Roger that.
Take the upgrade.
Yes, sir.
Logic circuitry upgraded.
Yes, sir.
4 number of bureaucratic points. And then we can see if we go find regime feeds what the logic circuit is. Feats and bonuses. We got RAM for the +1 happiness. We got circuitry for the public industry bonus. And we got logistics for the 0.1% extra pop growth. Which reminds me, when I have enough time, it may be a good idea to research fertility. Probably do geotectonics, which is what we're working on. Finish up metal soil, which I think has been spreading to us. I don't think we've actually researched it. Do housing vidcom. So we have the quality of life buildings. And then maybe do fertility so we can get the pop growth. +20 fertility would be nice. So virtue score is down. Do I want to do anything to try to fix that? Let's say yes. So we'll take a passionate speech. 2.7 virtue. If I have one, we do. We'll take a legendary speech.
Yes, sir.
Another 5. So that's as good as we're going to do. We may have some events that we can use to buff it. That we'll take if they come up. And the computer expanding its influence will buff it. And the epigenetic score is going down. Although it's definitely getting slower and slower and slower. We are, in theory, losing money every turn. Still a bunch of water off for revenue. Let's... Before I do that, how much am I using each turn? Well, 2,000. Okay, so we'll sell off like 9,000 water.
Understood.
Same sort of logic with the food. We'll sell like 8,000 food off.
Understood.
I'm gonna mostly hoard the other stuff. Okay, cycle turns. So bazooka should finish. We'll do machine gun next, and then we'll start upgrading our units. Organization to grenadiers to distribute machine guns and bazookas to all of them. That will mean we'll slowly start clawing back regular infantry, that we can make new units out of as we sort of distribute the specialist equipment. And yeah, waiting for this end turn to come to a close. It's going to be close to the end. Should be coming around to us shortly. Round 114. We suffer no losses, nor many kills. We have 8 decisions. So we just had an election. Elite Humanist School is now at 51% of the vote. Protest against leader opulence. Okay, so we're going to try to probably take the version that gives us virtue. Time of culture. This isn't time of culture here is pretty short. Full on 10 turns. Virtue dropped a lot from the last one, so it's giving us that warning. Finished bazooka. Let's give it siege grenadier infantry army. Probably dumpster the rebellion. Shell cameras, nice. Bureaucratic push is good always. Indignation over opulence. So we go with the last one because we want the virtue increase.
Affirmative.
Computer promises victory. Our ever-wise computers proclaim the great victories are about to pass. The computer stated publicly on Prime VidCom that secret armies will be unleashed on the enemy. Support this. It will give great victories. I rejoice. And all will rejoice. I'm not sure this has been coordinated with you by the computer. No, it hasn't. How much do I care about my word score? Word's a solid 79, so even if we fail something, it's not too bad. We'll let the computer have its claim. We might not succeed, but we'll let it have its claim. So that's given us a demand. Get 99 victory score. Yeah, we're gonna fail that one. When I heard victory, I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna want us to get like plus 10 victory score. Maybe win the game 50. 99 is a little high, computer. 99 is a little high. Enact workhouse law. On the initiative of the elite humanist school, the parliament is to hold a vote whether to enact the workhouse law. By promoting the setting up of workhouses for the poor and the sick, we will clean up the streets and increase social cohesion. Population happiness at the cost of money. I can definitely accept that. We'll let it vote. I'm not going to play one way or the other. I probably would want to stop it if we were to do anything, but yeah, we need a strong influence to be effective enough there.
Roger that.
So it does pass because I lean back and let it go. 62 for, 38 against.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Okay, so we'll follow up the machine gun next. Build upon Whirlwind 3. So previously we're using the tripod assault laser. We're going to do that as well. The big thing here is we can jump from heavy combat to battle drones.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
So the computer will be angry at us if we just say no. So we'll take the machine.
Yes,
so it's a good price for it
that,
anyway.
Sir.
Black Hole demands release of spy. The computer would be angry with anything except for the last option. I think this is a situation where we accept that we're going to piss the computer off and go return the spy and refuse their payment.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
This is the new people, I think. Yeah, this is these guys. They are elitist, so let's figure out which one is their... The Commerce Party is what we want. Interesting. I don't have enough information to know what their factions are, but yet I'm being presented with a faction choice, because apparently we have dirt in one of the factions. We'll go Science Party.
Yes, sir. Roger that,
Science is
sir.
probably mind. Okay, let's open contact with these guys.
Yes, sir. Roger
Critical
that, sir.
success gets us up to 47. They're cold. Cold isn't necessarily a problem. You're hostile. You're 28. We'd like that to be a little bit better, so we'll throw some coinage at you.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
It buys us a little bit more time. Yeah, slightly different question is where... So there's an RPG unit. And there's the RPG unit. Because we're going to switch over to the Grenadiers. These guys, I actually want them to disband. So they can backfill into the new units. Disband those two. In 3 turns, because I suspect that's how long it's going to take, we'll probably start up. So Bazooka just finished. I think it's going to probably take 3. 3 turns, we'll have the machine guns done, and we'll start swapping to Grenadiers. Eco is going 15% this turn. Still looking 4 or 5 turns. 5 is probably the high estimate. Let's see how well the rolls are.
Roger that.
Got our shell cameras.
Yes, sir.
Bureaucratic push.
Roger that.
Double shift. Just trash rebellion.
Roger that.
Order received. Order received.
Okay, colonists are going to keep getting deployed. This place levels up to 2.
Roger that.
Road to toaster fights. Okay, construction overview. Everything proceeded at speed except for industry, and it was oddly a half a turn delay, so it was probably a production bad roll. Yeah. So on the 30% penalty, on a 1% penalty, rolled a 1. We rolled the natural 1 on the D100. Okay. Yeah, other things are proceeding at speed. Prospecting Taos says they could potentially find something. Jura, Polymark, Taos. Okay. We'll do prospecting push. One is more expensive, the other one's more successful. Yeah, go for the cheaper one because we're guaranteed to succeed either way.
Roger that.
Found a mill deposit. Okay, probably close to the front, and yeah, right on the front. That's usually where it is. And then mining overview. Next one to run out is probably going to be the level 3 metal mine, or level 2 metal mine in iron. Has 1 expand on it, because any expand here is going to drop its accessibility by 1. It's going get expanded one more time, and then when it runs out again, it will actually be empty. Anyway, we realize we're not going to win, so we're going to fail that one word, the one demand. We're going to lose some word. 79 word isn't too bad. Already did the bureaucratic push, didn't I? I think I did. Okay, let's cycle the turn. With our low virtue, we actually want the computer to level up, so we got a couple cards that we can play to delay level up. At this point, we actually want the opposite. don't think we got attacked there. Although that is very interesting redeployment if we're not at war. Even if we're at war, that's a very interesting redeployment. Because they've left a lot of their territory unsecured. Okay, coming up on the line, which is usually near the end of the turn. We're about to have some understanding of what just happened in the enclave that we've got encircled. Round 115. Except no losses, nor many kills. We have 4 decisions. Clearance level upgraded. You're now clearance level 1. Protest against leader opulence. So we'll take the virtue gain there and there. Time culture. So Phoenix Spawn did declare on us. Okay, so that was an interesting deployment given that they've declared on us. And yeah, they've completely abandoned all those hexes. I'm going to sort of do that. Take a bunch of their territory in just the opening moments of the war. Not sure if this attack is a great idea. It might be. 1.3. 1.7-ish. A full surround attack, where if they run, that's over. Six to 1. Definitely taking 6 to 1 there.
Open fire! Open fire! Requesting backup.
Okay, not enough to defeat them, but we lost 4 subunits to destroy 27. We're probably not in a state to overrun the capital. Well, that's the hex we'd want to attack in those batch over here first. Although it is pretty poorly defended, so maybe. And they do have a retreat path, so they're less likely to hold.
Going in.
More likely to retreat. Yeah, not enough action points.
Get out!
Decent exchange. Lost 2 subunits, destroyed 11. And this is before we've done the upgrade to Grenadier troops. CEO asks us to participate. The computer would prefer the first or the last. We're going to go with the last.
Roger that.
Indignation over opulence. The computer would actually prefer the third or the second. We are actually going to go with the fourth because we want the virtue.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Vandalism of monument. So the computer would prefer us to send the troops in because it really likes government. Support the populace is moving away from government. I am actually going to go for support the populace. Which will annoy the computer,
Yes, sir.
but that's fine. Okay, so I can scrap it. I think that's discovery. I don't think that's giving me the tech immediately for the scrap. Although that's heavy battle is real nice, but no, we can discover it the hard way. I'd like the 50 BP for the rest of the game, so we're gonna harness the computer node. That also doesn't piss the A out.
Order received.
Okay, so you're over 25, so ignore that. Okay, we would like you to stay happier. You immediately dropping from 40-something to 27 is concerning.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
Yeah, last some time there. And yeah, clearing these pockets out will free up a bunch more troops, so I can probably properly spread out over the border with Oxydon State. And once we're properly spread out over the border with Oxydon State, probably accept that they declare on us. Colonist to you.
Roger that.
One more growth like that, and you might be willing to expand. You're the command for over here, I believe. Can we strategically move you? Yeah. Yeah, it's more like the right theater for you. What's our progress on model design? 49% in one turn. So there's a chance we'll get a next turn, but it probably is going to take 2.
Yes, sir.
Order received. Order received.
So we'll see how they handle turn. If they go down again, that's going to be concerning. Bit of a shame we haven't pulled any of these. Have yet to pull any of them. Future Sonic's at 77%. It would be nice to see finish. See the military one? Ah, the missiles. 60%. Aerodynamics at 45. A couple more turns and we'll swap aerodynamics over to something else. This is probably not the best place to be looking for what I'm trying to think about. Probably better off looking at orgs. Applied Science. Mining Techniques is at 52. Let's call you up and change your
Yes,
research
sir.
target.
Roger that, sir.
Sure, let's
Yes,
do logistical
sir. Roger
optimization.
that, sir.
And working aerodynamics. Again, that's slow, but when that gets 50%, we'll swap to something else. So it doesn't get too much more slower. So thinking that's going to take 2, unless we get a really good roll. That's probably 2. Even with a really good roll, that's 2. In fact, bad roll, that might be 3. Good roll, that's 1. Bad roll, that's 2. Okay, so the units have moved, so next turn we should see these disband. 1 and 3. Do I have another RPG unit somewhere? Feel like I do. I do. Second independent RPG battalion. Is a second one somewhere. There it is. Start you disbanding. Yeah, and then we'll start transitioning to Grenadiers. Grab with knife. Hey Will, been loving your Solar Expanse streams, but never managed to catch you live. Hope you have a great day. It's super late here. Well, hope you've been having a good day and have a good night's sleep. I can understand if you find this late while you haven't been able to catch the Solar Expanse streams. This is around about the time I end up streaming, so about 2 hours into the stream. So this is about the midpoint of the stream. But yeah, so I think this game's going well. Really good point to put a turn cycle in here, unless I see something as we're poking through the things. Construction's going well, nothing's finished. Yeah, that metal mine's going to be next, but it's a little while off. And then we're sitting at 9.6, so we're not the highest, but not the lowest. I think we'll get one more full turn in here before we bring this part to a close. Although one more full turn might be enough to take the city, so we'll be leaving people watching on YouTube, I suppose, in a little bit of a cliffhanger as to what our victory score is. Space Powder Tim is saying, is the robot army ready for the front lines? It isn't. We can discover robots at this point. And if we discover them, they're going to become like the highest priority to research. What we've been focusing on in the meantime is building up the industry to support a very aggressive build-out of the robots. In a weird way, I'm not too worried that they broke out from the city and pushed us back. All that's mostly doing is diluting their forces. And the more diluted the city forces are, the easier it will be to take the city. The city falls, so too does that empire. It'll make them be people in permanent last place if we take that city. I think they're currently the person in last place, so that's maybe not surprising. They're never going to get out of it at this point. Okay, a lot of fighting this turn. Round 116. We killed 1,800 infantry, 20 motorized, and 20 tanks at the cost of 700 of our own infantry. We have 3 decisions awaiting us. Time culture. Discovered motorized grenadier infantry. An IO hack. Okay, national budget I'm just going to confirm.
Roger that.
Changing that. Protests against income tax. I'm surprised the computer wants us to send the troops in to respond to that. And apparently it's neutral on the democracy option. We're doing the democracy option. I don't care that it wants to send troops in. Democracy. Scavenger traders offer. Yes, we'll accept.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
And that's our decisions for the turn. Okay. So, this union got driven back, which maybe isn't that surprising. They decided to really focus on that one. Crush the pocket. The fact they didn't even attempt to break out is probably a good sign that the pocket will crumble at this point. Mission successful. Completely destroyed. This is the other reason I'm not too worried about that breakout. It's like, oh yeah, you broke out. Too late to do a successful break into the other guy in the other pocket. So all you've done is diluted your forces a little bit more. Yeah, 2-1 is not particularly great odds, but if we take that hex, the whole situation falls apart for them.
Get out!
Ah. Shame. One subunit holds the line. Had that last one retreated, it would have been a victory. But still not a bad exchange. Lost 2 subunits, destroyed 13.
Going in. Operation successful.
Looks like that situation's going to deteriorate if I don't proactively do something about it.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
It may deteriorate even if I'm proactively doing something about it. Do not have an embassy card. I thought we had one. Oh, there's the embassy card. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, they don't want this. They really don't want this. I'm not going to even attempt to roll a 1 in 100. I could do Shadow Diplomat and get that up to 1 in 100, but not worth trying.
Mission successful.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll take another swing at the city on the next turn. We basically know only these 4 tanks and 1 unit in the city were basically not routed this turn, so they're probably not really in a state where they can resist for much longer. Everything's proceeding at speed. Industry should finish next turn. Military's probably got 2 on missiles, 1 on geotectonics from Eco. Staff Council's still working the mechanized. Model designer, even a bad roll at this point based on how quickly we're going, should finish up the machine guns.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, the True Bird could push this. We're probably not going to have a bad turn. IO hack. Let's play this on the Interior Council Director. Leader cannot execute this on himself. That's a bit of a shame. lay it on you then. Oh, I can't because it's already too high. Never mind, pick a different target. Director of the Economic Council then? Yeah. To protect you.
Yes, sir.
And then supposedly your computer's suspicious
Yes,
of
sir.
you, so let's try to reduce that. You know, we'll
Yes,
do a
sir.
reveal on you. Oh, no luck there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that didn't work. Computer's angry. We pissed the computer off. Computer did not appreciate that we're trying to change his opinions of people. Oh, yep. Computer very grumpy. Computer does not like having its mind changed against its will. Okay, in the meantime, construction is looking pretty good. So we're going to colonize you with population.
Roger that.
And you are SHQ. The bazooka guys are going to get upgraded. Mass upgrade, bazooka 3. Everyone belonging in the SHQ. They're all going to be in the SHQ, so that should be easy to do.
Understood.
Bazooka 2 becomes bazooka 3. And the next turn we can do all the machine guns and start deploying the... Well, probably finish off the war first. Finish off the war, and then we start deploying grenadiers. Well, first upgrading all the units to grenadiers, and then start deploying them. Oh, looking at the time, we should go ahead and put a part break in here. It is over an hour, so when this end turn comes to a close, we are going to put the part break in here. The city storming will have to be saved for the next part. So if you're watching on YouTube, we will have another part coming up tomorrow. We're going to record 2 more parts during today's stream. If you're watching on Twitch, we are going to take the mid-stream break here to make a new cup of tea. As probably the moment I stop speaking, my cup of tea is going to become very empty. And then we'll be back as soon as the tea is brewed to record, again, another 2 hours or so. There'll probably be a break in the middle of the 2 hours. Yeah, no indication that they've successfully broken out, which isn't surprising. They basically had like 5 units with any real readiness left. So the question comes down to, do I have enough readiness to actually finish the fight in the next part? I suspect the answer is yes, but the answer could also very well be no. And again, I think we're one lucky discovery away from researching our robot army. In the moment it's researched, we're going to have the supporting materials at least to deploy an entire brigade. If not more than a brigade. And the more troops, the more territory I can cover. The more territory I can cover, the more and more I will be willing to actually just sort of declare war on the neighbors and expand in all directions. See how quickly the game gets going once we get critical mass of robots. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, it should be coming around to us right now. We'll pick it up next time on round 117. We killed 700, I believe, non-aligned infantry over the end turn. We have 9 decisions awaiting us. So if you're watching on YouTube, that'll be tomorrow's part. If you're watching on Twitch, that will be the part we record after making a new cup of tea. So until the next part, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Get you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.